And what's going on, everyone? You're tuned into the 42nd episode of the Studio One podcast. I'm A. Cortez.
There you go. It was muted.
Live fire.
Oh.
KBT.
And the Gover Jew.
All right, well, we're going to click on all cam now. We screwed that up again, but that's okay. If you want to see everything we do, go to JustLetItHappenProductions.com. If you want to help support the Studio One podcast and Just Let It Happen as a whole, go to Patreon.com/JLIH. Here we are on a Wednesday. Already, just to start off, we have more people in this room at the start of a show than ever. Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys enjoy these Wednesday shows. We're going to try to do 3 a week again. We may not all the time, but right now we are. So let's go around the room. Gover Jew, welcome back. What's going on? What's new since we last saw you?
Nothing really. Still can't figure out what's going on with my amp. I got the new amp today. Still no sound.
Are you sure you're hooking it up right?
Yep. Everything's right.
Wait.
Even with the new one that came in today.
You.
So what I'm doing is I'm just.
How do you? Yeah, remember how we spoke of this last time? Before I wasn't here when you told of your amp problems. I only heard on the side, but you're not having any sound come out of the amp.
Yeah, nothing out of the amp, but everything going into the amp is fine, but nothing is coming out.
Are there RCAs going into the amp?
No, it doesn't need RCAs.
What does it use?
High frequency. It takes the signal from the speakers to the amp.
That's not possible. It takes the sound from the amp to the speakers.
Yeah.
If you're
it goes both ways.
It can't.
It does.
Yeah, but it can't. That's not how it works.
It's not.
That's not how that works. You need your RCAs feeding the amp, because if you're not putting sound in the amp to amplify,
Then you're not.
and a speaker wire is not an input, or it's an input but not an output. Like, meaning you don't put sound over them to put sound into something else. I mean, this could be a very strange amp, but like I said, with your head unit, you're going to need that before you need anything else. Do any of your speakers work?
No.
Yeah, because you don't have sound going into the amp.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same old problems.
That is correct.
Well, anyway, I see Live Fire over there. What's going on, Live Fire? What's new since we last saw you?
Not really a lot.
You're working again now. Your days off are over. How was work today?
Short shift. Really enjoyed it. It was 6-hour shift, easy, middle of the day.
Nice.
That's really it. Traffic was fine, so I can't bitch about traffic. Customers were okay, so I can't bitch about customers. Got home, had some taco mac and cheese.
Tacaroni and cheese.
Tacaroni and cheese.
Yes, and that was delicious with some bread and butter. And then we've just been sitting around watching Sons of Anarchy. So, pretty good day.
Nice.
That is a really long linky line, but click on it.
So, KBT, what is up? What's going on? What's new since we last saw you?
Not much, Mafunig. What's going on, man? No, that was something my buddies came up with back in the day when we were like, we got to come up with some sort of slang for Mick. So they came up with Mafumik. So I don't know, like my motherfucking Mick, you know? I don't know.
That's funny.
Not a whole lot dealing with your grumpy ass all day, but aside from that, it's not been too bad.
Nice.
I just sent you the link of what kind of amp I have.
Cool.
So I'm just letting you know.
Yes, I call it tacaroni and cheese, Emily. And what I do is I make the ground beef and I put the taco sauce in it, but I put extra because, who doesn't want extra taco sauce anyway? And then I make the macaroni and cheese and you mix them together. You melt cheese in there and you put them on the freaking the rolls and shit, and it's wonderful. It really is wonderful.
Yum.
Yummy, yummy. Got bit 4 fucking times in the forehead. Under my goddamn hat.
What?
Mosquitoes.
I wanted to play like Nature Connect the Dots.
Yeah, he did. I had one buzzing around when we were sitting around outside last night, and I thought I killed the bastard, but no, I didn't. Other than that, we had an ant and bug problem earlier today at the house. Got that taken care of, and then we started doing research into our new favorite topic right now. Live Fire, what topic may that be?
Net neutrality.
Who's that?
Who's
I'm
that?
sorry, that's me. I'm trying to silence it now.
Oh. I mean, why did the brightness controls on my monitor just pop up?
What do you mean?
It just it just popped up like,
But
oh.
Joe, what I'm doing with it actually is I'm just taking it into a shop and they're doing it all.
Yeah, no, it's literally going to be you need a head unit and a $10 fix.
You'll get it done. But no, there has been a lot of updates and a lot of new things with net neutrality, and we are going to talk heavily about this topic again now. Now, Eli, why don't you explain to our newcomers what net neutrality is?
In layman's terms, net neutrality is basically just the freedom of the internet.
Like, what kind of freedoms we talking about here?
What you're able to use to, if you're just, like, let's say if you're just trying to use a internet browser, net neutrality allows you to use basically any internet browser you wish.
So it gives me options.
Yeah, it gives you the options. When they take away net neutrality, it's basically going to the highest bidder of your
ISP.
Yeah, of your ISP or your internet provider. Whatever they choose, they're going to take whoever's basically paying them the most. They're going to take that internet browser and use that one, and slow down the processing of the other one.
Or make it non-existent.
Exactly.
So if you are in a Comcast home and Comcast wants to launch their video on demand service on the web and they don't want you on YouTube, if they take away our net neutrality, they will have the option of not allowing you on YouTube at all.
Netflix could
or
be
making
gone.
it so horrible that you won't want to watch it.
Correct. And the same goes with the cell phone providers as well. The wireless industry is roped into this. Eli here has found an article. We were talking about gofccyourself.com on our last show. That is the site that brings you to the FCC Express Your Opinion area, where we can all protest the removal of net neutrality, and we have made some ground. So I'm gonna give Eli his cool little scene here, and he's gonna tell us what's going on there.
So in the week, it's been about a week since the FCC released their plan to take away net neutrality, and in that week, Congress has had more than 200,000 phone calls.
200,000.
200,000 phone calls organized through online campaigns to protest. And then an additional 500,000 comments have been left on the agency, on the FCC's website, to not take away net neutrality.
He's skimming through the
Yeah.
article. I was expecting you just to go ahead and read it.
Social media sites like Twitter and Reddit, the issue has been a leading topic of discussion.
And it directly affects them, especially.
Yes, and we were talking about how when we were here on Sunday, we talked about that we only had 7 days. They did push it back. The FCC will be voting on December 14th now.
December 14th. How many days do we have?
So that's a little bit over 2 weeks.
Okay.
15 days.
15 days we have, everyone. So we need to get everyone to share this podcast, to share the last episode, and share this website, gofccyourself.com. We need to stop them. We need to save our internet. There has been some developments, especially with the Comcast, which is... I closed it. God damn it. Well, anyway, Comcast, on their terms of service, have already removed fair access guidelines, stating that, there will be no prioritized channels or content. That has been removed. Their entire net neutrality clause and promise has been removed. And they're making changes already, expecting this thing to be dropped. Who is opening my shit?
Whatever that.
Someone is logged into my PC.
From the Plex server, probably that random person. I guarantee it.
That's the third thing that just opened.
Hacker.
Jesus. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe the FCC and maybe Comcast and all them are trying to get us to stop right now. Maybe they're trying to figure out a way to stop this podcast.
Is somebody else using
Shows the
same mouse as
impact.
you?
Yeah.
Shows the impact
But
of us.
with Livefire's goal to 500 on the last show, 627 people have been reached with our last podcast, bringing awareness to net neutrality. And every one of you that have shared and filled out gofccyourself.com and expressed that we do not want this removed, it is unfair to the consumer. Your voices are being heard. It is starting to make news. It's starting to be noticed to the point we have till December 14th now. We need to keep this up. GoFCCyourself.com. What else did you find in your research, Eli? Updates and what people are doing right now? All right.
Big companies like Google and Netflix have played activist roles as well, supporting the stronger rules.
But rules, meaning
Yeah.
keep it.
Exactly. They argued that telecom companies should not be allowed to split sites into fast lanes and slow lanes because that would allow them to become a sort of gatekeeper for information and entertainment. In addition, they say it would hurt startup companies without the money to pay for the faster lanes.
Yes.
Yeah, they would be being the profiting party, controlling who calls the shots.
See, now I just found out something interesting today, too. So back in April of this year, they tried to do this once. See, I didn't know about it at all because I hadn't heard anything on it. That's why we're going to keep our eye on it now. 45,000 unique names and addresses have been put off as spam now and been removed from the comment. I'm reading off the FCC's website. There's 4 different sets of numbers.
Actually,
Eli.
I have more on
Oh,
that
you
one.
do?
Yeah, it says
Okay.
and at least 400,000 comments about the issue since April. They are saying is spam and appear to have originated from an apartment in St. Petersburg, Russia.
See, I don't believe that part.
I-
Especially with, I mean, you have to fill that out with your personal information. I mean, yes, people can do it. There was another one here. It was the new head of the FCC is not concerned about the pro net neutrality comments. 2 million new
Fucking
pro
lawyer.
net neutrality comments claimed by Day of Action organizers. We're one of those. That's kind of cool, actually. One day after a large protest of his plan to gut net neutrality rules, Federal Communications Commissioner Chairman, I'm going to call him Mr. Verizon because that's where his interests lie, was asked if the number of pro net neutrality comments submitted to the FCC might cause a change in its course. In response, he maintained his stance that the number of comments is not as important as the content of those comments. He's basically saying that we have no legal proof that this is going to affect us. When this article is
Says the people who want it to happen.
Correct. And why is he for removing this? Well, he was Verizon's legal guy for years, his whole fucking career. Where do you think his interests lie? Like, really? Now, the question is, despite the public outrage on this and being that it is still a government agency and we are the people, can they still do this against our will?
See, in 2015, the FCC actually voted to prohibit those charges that, like from Verizon and AT&T that would charge internet sites for delivering their data.
Correct. And
It's happened once.
Yeah, they were also limiting sites. Like we were talking about Verizon, they limit everything on their phones. They wouldn't let you do shit unless it was branded Verizon. Couldn't even go on Google search. You had to use Verizon search.
It got voted to prohibit those charges once. Now let's do it again.
Yeah, but now we have a whole But the problem I'm seeing
We have
now,
an entire industry that's backing it.
Yes.
we do. But the guys that are making this vote all work for communication companies.
Or they're removing the important votes.
So we need to redo our our Go FCC yourself comments. I'm going to make a new one, and we need to Google what happened in 2015 with Verizon and Comcast and the data cramming and all that other bullshit. If they want us to put facts in our emails, then we will do so. And I will do so today. It's gofccyourself.com. 2 million new FCC comments in the last week alone. There is a new advocacy group, Fight for the Future, and they said the protest resulted in more than 5 million emails, 124,000 phone calls to Congress, and more than 2 million comments to the FCC and FCC participating websites. There are now 7.6 million public comments on restoring internet freedom proceeding. So that we need to keep this number growing. So every one of you in this room right now, actually, let me pull up my page and let me refresh here so I can see who we got in here. Oh, baby, we're going to do this again. 101 people have already been reached with this. I didn't realize everyone was sharing now. There's 21 of us in this room. Hit share again. We need to get this out there. I kind of want to play another one of the net neutrality videos, but I'm not going to. I guess Eli has received some complaints about the video. Feels like school. Oh, yeah, where is the wolf man?
I thought it was hilarious.
Where's Ross, too? It's Wednesday now. He should be off.
Yeah, what's up with that shit?
Someone text him.
On a different note, I'm looking at what you were saying, Eli, on the ant thing. I see what you're trying to do. I've never done it that way.
And I think that's the problem, is that it's not a common way to do it.
Well, it is, I guess, for your regular speakers, but
Yeah.
honestly, you're running more wire for...
True, we're running 8 wires versus 1.
Yeah, you're running 8 wires back to the amp, and then you're running 8 wires out of the amp.
Exactly.
That's dumb. Run 2 wires to the amp, run 8 out of the amp. I don't know, but that's...
Well, it's because I'm doing it with the stock head unit.
Right.
That's the problem.
But we just got to find if you're going in instead of out. Vice versa.
Well, the in is fine. The out is the one that's problem.
So you're not getting any sound out?
Yeah. All the in, like it's getting power and everything, all the cables are going in, they're fine, but coming out of the amp, there's nothing.
I'm reading this other article now on why net neutrality could be a problem, and these people are fucking crazy. Net neutrality is a problem, not a solution, and it won't take long before we're told that even more extensive and intrusive government control of internet service is necessary to address all the unintended consequences and procedures.
They're getting it backwards.
Yeah, you guys are not reading into the issue properly. Net neutrality is what's keeping our internet the way it is. All packets are treated equally. They can't limit your content. They can't tell you what you can and cannot watch. They can't lower your speed that you pay for.
That's where the misguidance is going, though. The way they're presenting it make it sound like net neutrality is what's going to prevent that from happening.
Yeah,
Cuba.
And a lot of the reports that I was reading, and I was trying to find something different from what you guys found, said when the FCC repeals the net neutrality laws, they're like blaming it all on the FCC. And it's the FCC is the ones who said no.
Well, yes, but we have a new FCC. We have a new head
I'm actually
that wants to get rid of it
currently on the
because of his
commissioners.
ties with Verizon and the cable companies. The FCC right now is the one who's trying to take this away because of who's in charge. Which Eli might have found a little problem with this guy's terms too, but even Cuba spoke up on this issue this week.
I figured it out. I figured that there's actually no problem. They can start out as commissioners, but once a chairman steps down, a commissioner can become a chairman, and that's what happened. They only have one chairman, and they have 5. Well, they're all 5 commissioners altogether, but one is a chairman.
The Cuban government piped up on this issue, and they said they've had net neutrality for the last 10 years. Not a single issue with it. Their infrastructure is growing. There's no limit on their content. People get what they pay for, and that's it. They think it would be completely irresponsible for the American government to remove net neutrality laws. That comes from Cuba. Aren't they not friendly with us at all right now still?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually reading up on the commissioners themselves, like what they've done in their past.
Yep.
And you can see when you're reading who they are and what they've done, there's a huge difference in between them. There are 3 that were lawyers, and they're the Republicans. Then there are 2 that have dealt specifically There was one that owned her own newspaper and fought for what's the word? Shit.
She fought for shit.
No, she fought to keep the
Shitting free.
basically, yes. The competition is good.
Yes.
The competition for everything is good, and then you can really see who's going to help us and who's going to not. And when you read up on them,
There's now 35 people in this room. Share this podcast. We need to go to gofccyourself.com, and we need to put in our comments on why we do not want net neutrality removed. If you want to take the extra time and look up what Verizon and Comcast did back in 2010.
In 2012,
In
as
2012.
well as AT&T, Verizon,
2015 also.
Comcast, Metro PCS, and several others.
With their data blockages and their site limitations. Apparently, our comments are useless unless we can back them. So let's fix that problem. 101 people have shared this so far. Now, Business Insider and Forbes magazine both put out an article today that there is a big math problem with the FCC chairman's main argument for repealing net neutrality.
I haven't read that yet.
He says the rules need to be repealed because they've caused a decline in broadband investment.
It's quite the opposite.
But the data that he has offered doesn't back up this assertion. It says quite the opposite. Broadband infrastructure and network, the building of networks and the networks getting larger and the money putting into them has never been higher. Never. AT&T's launching 5G. Verizon's launching 5G. Hell, fucking AT&T is putting repeaters on every telephone pole in major cities with their 5G to ensure you do not have a decline in signal at all. The numbers are there. People are just, I don't know why people are being blinded by this. Like, there's 2 whole pages of this. So, let's see. Before net neutrality, this is in
What's up, Ginge?
provider capital. These are in billions of dollars. So before net neutrality, it was $64.5 billion on average per company dumping into their network. Right now, it's at $78.4 billion a company per year being dumped into networks. Does that seem like a decline to you? Did anyone see a decline in that?
Nope.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What else? What else have we found new on the issues? What do you got over there, Life? I've seen you doing research and shit.
I didn't find anything that you guys didn't, except for the list of companies that I mentioned. And there was a few more that I can't remember. But like Metro PCS, AT&T, Verizon, Comcast, and a few others were originally part of the data throttling for their specific searches.
I'm actually reading now from Free Press, SaveTheInternet.com.
Yep.
Yeah,
They are
that's-
saying that
yeah,
Pi.
that's Free Press. That's where I got it from.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're saying that Pi is ignoring the public outcry.
Correct. And that was my statement before.
Oh, okay.
He said if you're going to make a comment,
Yeah.
we're not going to take it seriously unless you provide proof to your statement. Well, the proof is there. The lawsuits are there.
The proof is that we want net neutrality.
Correct. And we are the people and we run the government. The FCC is still a federal government program. We are the government, people. Don't forget that for 1 second. They work for us.
We
Somewhere
do not
along the
work
line,
for
the American
them.
people got that backwards. No, we are the government, and we need to make our stand if we want to keep the internet going the way it is right now.
Internet is dying. That's a way that one person put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, the freedom to the internet is dying as well.
It's sad. It really is.
You're
sad.
going to have to pay for the right to use, access to the internet in the way you want to.
And even then, you're still going to be limited on what you
Yep.
can and can't do. Even our news. The second this is gone, you think fake media and all these, agenda-driven people, they're going to have power to control
But
what
not
is
only that,
actually
what-
put out on these
What does
airwaves.
that say? That means they're going to be using our IP addresses and monitoring our IP addresses and more than they already do
Yep.
Yeah.
to make sure they regulate us. Oh, this is a mess.
It is scary. But we're going to take a moment and we're going to venture into
Eli.
just a small segment.
What's up?
I'm looking at your. Sorry that I keep bringing
You're
this
good.
up.
Ron Thibodeau is ensuring net neutrality is the first step in making internet access a utility/necessity in our country like it should be.
Correct. And welcome to the Studio One podcast, Ron. I haven't seen you on there in a while. I know Ron personally. If you haven't done so already, you need to go to the website, gofccyourself.com, and you have to click the express button. Actually, let me pull it up, and we're going to do a little walkthrough again. Wow, it actually pops up just when I hit G now. I typed it in so much. So let's... where is my computer share button? So this is the website right here. I don't understand people when I text you saying I can't talk. I'm live on Facebook doing a show. Why you continue to fucking text me? Okay, but anyway, to get to this page to the FCC website, there's like 20 different clicks. They made it very hard. So the host of Last Week Tonight bought the URL, gofccyourself.com, and he filled out everything you need to get to where this is. It's got the proceeding number. It's got all the stuff that you need. And what you do is you hit... I'm on the wrong screen, sorry. You hit Express, and then you fill out the proceedings there. You fill out your name, your email, your address, city, state, zip, and your comments. If you're going to leave a comment, just go back and reference pre-net neutrality. Find a case that supports your argument. For example, limiting contact. One of my examples is what Verizon used to do on their products, not allowing you to use anything on the web that wasn't Verizon. Find a data cramming case. Just put something on there that has a fact, because this guy's claiming that this is all bullshit and we're not backing it up. So we're going to take the extra step and do it. But go fccyourself.com. Shauna, if you're still in the room, can you send me the link to the other thing that you use to also fill out complaint for this? And then I'll share it with everyone on the podcast. There is another way, and this one actually has a Congress phone number associated to it too. But while I'm waiting for that, we missed it on the last show, so we are going to do our near miss stupid people of the day segment. So let's yay. Let's see what we got here. Oh baby. Turn the volume on and let's take off.
Real loud.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Fucking. Oh no, I love the ones with train tracks. Here we go. What's this? Holy shit. Thank you, Shauna. I got it.
Jason Stevens, how you doing?
Oh shit. What the fuck? He almost just killed a kid.
Crazy.
Why does that look like the mass bike?
Right.
Wrong direction. Wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. That's some good stopping right there. Oh, fucking morons. How do you not see the giant train?
I like how the train stopped.
Yeah, most trains can't. That was an electric train. That's
Yeah, all, the ones that are stopping.
Oh,
What?
holy shit.
Yes.
I got the wrong chat up on this window.
I just got hit. Something.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Hope you got homeowners insurance.
Yep.
I think the point of that one was that
They need
didn't hit
Zeus
the house.
insurance.
no, you know this is gonna
Oh.
millions of dollars.
Wow.
and that's what millions of dollars get you.
Those are racing boots.
Yep. And they cost millions of dollars.
Yeah, they're millions of dollars, but they also have the tuning radius.
What is that?
Looks like molten metal.
or plastic. It's an extruder of some sort.
It's like a foam.
Holy shit.
What? Dude, I would have needed new underwear.
That
She didn't even look.
coming through, beep beep.
Wow.
Somebody threw a brick.
I threw a brick in the air.
Doesn't matter because a brick is just a brick.
What the? What kind of? What
Wow.
was that?
Oh, that was a trailer on the back of that truck that lost its. What?
Now that's some skill driving right there.
Construction drifting.
Whoa.
Dude, he cringed towards it. That's
Shit in his pants.
Yeah, there was definitely some new underwear going on there.
That
That was a nice save.
Laguna Seca, possibly. No, you don't. No, don't do this. Dum dum.
Oh. Now that's definitely, I need a whole new wardrobe right there.
Look,
Look at this.
I'm pretty sure he was hit.
No, it
just
didn't
lightly.
touch him.
It just barely. It touched his coat. If he was hit, he would have known it.
Whoa.
That would have been.
I saw that
bad.
happen, but with an ambulance and a skier. Only the ambulance hit him.
What was she doing?
Playing hula hoop chicken.
Playing dumb gypsy liberal.
Oh
Hey, Mom, let's go swimming. They're just barely making it.
Does he not know how to fly a plane?
Oh, he
Obvious.
just made it.
no. Obviously not.
Too heavy. Dude, that was...
Light ass plane.
So this channel right here is Viral Media Tube. I'm gonna give a shout out to you guys. Excellent video. I enjoyed it. So this is these guys here. We'll kind of do a little YouTube blend with it. So if you enjoy stuff like this, if you enjoy seeing this and you enjoy watching YouTube
Dumb shit.
and the dumb shit that we can do on the internet, you need to go to gofccyourself.com and file your complaint. Let me refresh the numbers here, and let's see how far we've progressed in this podcast. So 42 people in the room, 163 people have now been reached. I urge you all to share this podcast, share the one before it. We need to protect our internet. We need to get this done. Now, Shauna just sent me this guy right here, so let me put it on this side of the screen. We have just 3 weeks to save net neutrality. Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T want to end net neutrality.
It's not even 3 weeks anymore.
No, it's 2
Two.
weeks.
So they can control what we see and do online. First, they want to gut the FCC rules. Then they plan to pass bad legislation that allows extra fees, throttling, and censorship. But Congress can put a stop to all this, write them first, and call. So this particular...
Well, it's not even being voted by Congress. That's the thing.
but with enough... Once again, we are the government. With enough votes and enough voice, they can. So if this is repealed, we still have a chance here. But the site Shauna just sent me, this is a direct link to...
There's also a thing we hadn't really said much about either. Everybody using like an Amazon stick or a Roku or anything like that, that's all gone away too.
Say bye-bye.
Goodbye to Cody.
Yeah, buy to it all.
Click server.
Anything that's not Comcast or anything that's not like
The server you pay
provided.
for.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Netflix. If it's not provided by your service anymore, Netflix will be gone too.
Yep.
Yep.
How many of you
And-
people watch Netflix?
And not only will it all be gone, but depending on where you live, you'll be stuck with the carrier that has a monopoly in your area, and you won't be able to get another carrier. So you're stuck with whatever they provide you,
Yeah.
not what you want to see, not open internet, not open sourcing, not any of that. So basically, if this passes through,
We're going back.
you get bent over your kitchen table, and well, you take it like a prisoner.
We were talking about gaming as well.
Gamers.
We're going back 20 years.
Yep.
I just put the link in the comments. It's also on the Studio One podcast page. This is the link to fill out the form that will go to
Hey.
Congress.
I wonder if they make dial-up Roku sticks.
Now, are they going to limit our dial-up connection too? Are they going to slow
No,
that
probably.
motherfucker down
Probably.
even more?
Probably.
No, they could.
So
I don't know if they could
There
actually
are
make it
people
any
still
slower.
using dial-up too.
there are.
Let them.
Yeah.
Hey, for
in
some
certain
people, that's
places.
all they need.
That's all, yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's
a
all they
dial-up
got.
connection for just email, it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still takes for fucking ever.
Well, I don't know. On dial-up, when I used to check my email, it didn't take that long.
Yeah, that's because it was all HTML. Like now it's
Yeah.
all like
Yeah.
JavaScript. and
Yeah.
shit.
So the link I just put in the chat, that is for the Congress link. I'm also going to write it in the chat too. It's also on the Studio One podcast Facebook page, facebook.com/Studio One podcast. It is gofccyourself.com. This is the direct one to the FCC. Now, if you're going to use this one, try to put an old case of data throttling, censorship of internet, something there to back it up, because they're trying to dismiss our 2 million plus comments on this so they can continue to take away our internet. I don't think the
Fucking stupid.
yeah,
It's not fair. First of all, that's not just at all.
no, it's
No.
not.
You're making a decision based on how it affects you in the way you're looking at it.
Yeah, so you can't buy a new yacht.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry you can't buy a
it's
fucking yacht.
It's
but
not
I
even
d-
just that. It's
I
like,
want to pay for it.
it would be like if the president. Well, it already kind of happens, but it would be like in
Yeah.
a political election. It'd be like, no, these votes don't count because they hurt my purpose.
yeah.
Right.
So once again,
Doesn't matter.
hey Nicole, hey Eli, thank you for joining the podcast. But what we need to do right now is go to gofccyourself.com and help save our internet. Hallowed are the Ori. Party foul for me and Livefire both
I
today.
turned my volume down. I don't know why.
no, I'm just saying in general. I haven't heard Joe's phone yet, and his is usually the first one I hear.
Mine's off.
Of course, well, everyone you talk to is in the room, so
That's not true.
I know it's not true.
No, it is.
The link right above Go FCC Yourself, that is the link to Congress. So, how's our singing voices, gentlemen?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot we do that.
Yeah.
Crappy as always.
We're only
I
going to...
think, Eli, I think it's just a switch on your amp that you guys aren't turning on.
Possible.
We've done the amps. We've done all the switches.
Yeah, but they got to be it has to be on 2-channel and subwoofer. If we're going to use those pre-outs or
Okay,
pre-ins.
so maybe I should, because it's on 4
Well-
channel because it's a 5-way amp. That's
Yeah, I know, but
So last time,
Here's the
this
thing.
this site right here is the first link in the comments. It's on the Studio One podcast Facebook page. This is the link to fill out for Congress to take action
Do it.
if net neutrality is taken away. And then the second link is this one right here. It's gofccyourself.com. Actually, let me type it in again so we can start over. I'll walk through this one more time before sing along. You got to go fccyourself.com, and it brings you to the preceding page. Everything is filled out here. You just need to hit express. It automatically fills in the preceding number. Put your name, email, address, zip, all of that, and a brief comment of why we want net neutrality here. For those of you joining us new, if they take away net neutrality, your ISPs, your internet service providers, can limit the content you watch, can limit the speeds. So if you're on Comcast and they want their video on demand to be watched more than YouTube, they can block YouTube. You can't get to it at all without net neutrality. They will take it away. Same with your cell phone providers. So it is very important that we get this done. 2 million comments have been put on here so far, and we've done our fair share of getting this out there, and we're going to do it again. Hit share on this podcast and tell people to listen. The podcast before this one, session 40, is all about net neutrality beginning to end with video. If you want to know more about it, go back podcast. before
CBPs
this.
is right when so ridiculous that they're only doing this because you legit can't do anything without internet anymore.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And I think they're mainly doing it. Taking the ISPs out. Actually, even the ISPs, they all have political agendas. If net neutrality is gone,
Yeah, but
We're-
it's all based because, well, first of all, everybody who's anybody making money has some invested in communications some way if they're rooted deep. So the communication companies own the cable companies. They own everybody talking over their infrastructure.
Why can I only
So cable is dying
Yep.
rapidly. They are losing money rapidly, and the only way that they can start making fucking money again is if they force you to do things their way.
yep. And from a news standpoint too, Mike, say something big happens 2 states over from you, but it goes against their political views. Let's say it's
Oh,
Comcast. You won't hear about it because
No.
they will stop that news from being brought to your cable line.
You want to get all conspiracy theory, like, well, I
If-
mean, that's a way for your fucking government to control your news further. And
Here we go again. There's 57 of you in this room now. Welcome to our newcomers. 202 people have reached this podcast. It's been shared to 202 people.
I want to see another 500 tonight, guys.
Yes, let's try to get to 500 again. So
Hey,
hit the
Kyle,
share
how
button.
you doing?
Tell your friends to
1,000
watch
within
this
2
podcast.
shows.
We're going to go through net neutrality, what we can do to stop it, ways we can help. But we're going to do that again after our sing-along segment because we still have to do our normal thing. And bad lip reading might be going away soon because of net neutrality. So we're going to
entire thing
enjoy
might be
it
going
as
away
much
because
as we can.
Just remember, everyone on the page today, share with your friends.
Yep.
Get the information out there. This is a big freedom of information grab right now.
Big time.
So let people know. Vote, vote, vote.
All right, Joe, I'll let you do the knobby thing.
obviously,
Well, you are good at balancing out the music. I suck at it. Clearly,
Well,
if you
if
look
I
at our
had full
beginning
control.
podcast, I was horrible at mastering the singing sound.
You still-
KBT's got it good.
you still haven't mastered the mics. It drives me nuts.
Well, everyone moves.
red leather, yellow leather.
All right,
Fish, two
so once
fish.
again, everyone,
And lemon pepper.
hit the share button for this podcast.
Red,
If you
yellow,
want more
leather.
information on net neutrality, watch the
Lemon pepper.
last podcast, and everything
Sorry, I
is
just
there.
watched that movie today.
Okay, so let's,
Eli loves his mom.
oh, he does now.
There's
doesn't
nothing wrong with that.
he? No.
That's kind of normal.
Joe, you love your mom too?
I do when she's not an asshole. I'm just kidding.
All right, here we go.
Guys. Oh, bushes already?
Why do we already start with bushes?
We're doing bad lip reading today.
I know, but why start off with bushes?
Let's
because
end
it's-
it.
We always
Well,
end
we're
it.
all nice and
How did my
warm.
father die?
49
Hold on.
times.
Since you guys requested it, I'll do seagulls first.
Can we do Not the Future?
I don't want to do that. I don't
love
know
Not
that.
the
Yeah,
Future.
we don't
I
know
love
all
the
the words.
song, but we can't find one with the lyrics on it, and we all get twisted up
Yes.
at one point or another.
I can.
We all wait till the end. We're all like, oh, I know these words.
I know. I know the words.
All right, here we go. Seagulls.
Congratulations.
This one's for you, Shauna.
Penny for your thoughts. I hate Brenda, and a bad guy hit me in the shin, and I peed all in my pants. It's nothing a little music can't help. Rockin', rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I'm strolling. But the seagulls poke at my head, not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now. Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come, poke me in the coconut, and they did. And they did. Have me going like, nothing I could do but yell when these birds attacked me. When I tried to run, I fell, and then these kids start laughing. And then got hit in the neck with a hacky sack. Where'd it come from? I run, run, run,
be a backpack while you run, 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 jump and stop. Put me down. I love to groove and boogie. Yeah.
Great.
Show you some dance moves.
No, I don't want you to.
If I had your giant feet out there on the beach, could about run those birds.
You're a psycho wiener.
Let me grab my beater.
Stop it, please. Don't hit me. Please. Don't hit me.
Come on, man, quit that banging.
Hey, what's that stank? You put a fish in our basket. Oh, yeah. I forgot I did that.
You owe me an apology.
Just hold your breath and see when the time is right. Birds back your face. Yeah. Run, 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 jump. I can be a backpack while you run. Swing from a hairy vine. I can be a backpack while you climb. Stand on one hand and lift. Rocks with your special gift. Run, 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 jump. Now breathe.
That's good.
Like that?
One day I was walking and I found this big log. Then I rolled the log over. Underneath was a tiny little stick. I was like, that log had a child. Listen, boy, someday when you are older, you could get hit by a boulder while you're lying there screaming, "Come help me, please!" The seagulls poke your knees. Stop it now. Go ccyourself.com if you like
Yeah,
bad
whatever.
bip rating.
You're sort of pitchy.
It's so pitchy.
Listen, man. I'm not your friend.
I'm your friend.
Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep.
Stop it now. We should what? All right, here we go.
We gotta find other songs.
How does this sound?
I don't know. I still only have one ear.
Hey, how'd my father die?
Yeah, one ear doesn't matter.
49 times
Yeah, I was saying.
we fought that beast, your old man and me. And I had a chicken head with duck feet, with a woman's face too.
Oh, that's rad.
That's rad.
Was waiting in the bushes for us, and I ripped off your dad's face. He was screaming something awful. In fact, there was this huge mess. I had to change the floors. The floors? You see his blood, it drained into the boards, and I had to change them. But we all got a chicken duck woman thing waiting for us. Every day I worry all day. I was waiting in the bushes of love. 'Cause something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. Every day I worry all day. I was waiting in the bushes of love. 'Cause something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. Yo, never knew my dad, he didn't care about me. Dead horizon is all my macro binoculars see. Moisture farming all my life and not a drop spilled. My aunt and uncle double sons, I'm sipping blue milk. My aunt and uncle double sons, I'm sick of blue milk. But then a desert hobo came and told me we all got a chicken duck woman thing waiting for us. Every day I worry all day. I was waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Yeah, something's waiting in the bushes of love. Every day I worry all day. I was waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. Hold me when I open like a flower. Hold me right. I ain't had to beg for a girl in a long time. A long time. I think my cooking's awesome. Got her picture in my photo wagon. I keep it poppin'. Yeah, she probably loves the honky tonk.
Probably loves your honky tonk.
That's what I said. I used to ride across the desert, you know. I used to glide on my speeder and pray that I don't find what I don't want to find. Waiting for me around the corner, oh no, no. I used to ride across the desert, you know. I used to glide on my speeder and pray that I don't find anymore. Crispy bodies by the door. Oh no. 49 times. Yeah, it was 49 times, and now it might be waiting for you. Could be hiding behind that scrap pile. That's just Murphy now. Know you really want someone to hold you, but we all got a chicken duck woman thing waiting for us. Every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Yeah, something's waiting in the bushes of love. Every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Yeah, something's waiting in the bushes of love. Every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. Every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. I used to ride across the desert, you know.
This cute girl kept kissing me over and over. Something I gotta tell you about her. Just reminded me later.
Around the corner on the nose. I used to ride across the desert, you know. I used to glide on my speeder and pray that I don't find what I don't want to find.
Kevin Murphy from the Po. Oh no.
Awesome.
Murphy around the corner. Oh no,
No, I said Robin Dopo.
Got another friend of mine that joined, Mark Canty. He's a friend of mine from the Chicopee Radio Shack. He was used to come in all the time on patrol.
Nice. Well, welcome to the Studio One podcast.
Arnie, welcome back.
Let me refresh our numbers now. We had a brief
Everybody
look
left.
again.
Everybody's gone.
It's like, oh no, this song again. I'm out.
Okay, so we're making progress. There's 79 people in this room right now. 253 people have reached this podcast.
Every day we're here.
Everybody on, remember, share this with your friends. We're really trying to save the internet.
You need to worry all day.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
should we? I don't know. That's 20 minutes. If you want to know more about net neutrality and the basis of this whole topic, go on the Studio One podcast Facebook page. It's Facebook.
Wouldn't hurt to refresh play it, I guess.
We could. Facebook.com/Studio One podcast. It's session 40, the one before this one. And it goes into our beginnings of net neutrality. There's a video that plays. It explains a lot in a very, very hilarious way. But we need to save our internet. So one more time, the website, second I find my cursor, let's go here. So you go to gofccyourself.com, and it brings you to the page you need to be. It brings you to the proceeding page. So right here, 17-108, you want to go over to Express.
Baldhead.
When you go to Express, it fills out the proceeding again. You put your name, email, address, city, state, zip, all that fun shit, and then your comment. We need to save net neutrality, not repeal it.
Save the internet.
We need to save the internet, so we want to keep net neutrality.
For now.
Now, you don't have to do this, but we're recommending you do now because they're trying to call all of our comments bullshit, which is bullshit. List a prior case from like Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, whether it be data cramming, them limiting your speeds on certain sites.
And you don't have to go back far. Just look at
Yeah.
2015, April of this past year, June as well as this past year,
Yep.
2012. It also happened in like 2004.
If you need help, reaching out to this, you can always send a message to Studio One Podcast. And Eli here has a lot of references on what you can use as examples. So just let us know down in the comments. The second page, which disappeared on me, so I will open it up again. Shauna was nice enough to share it with me.
A good one that helps if you want to cite it. You can go to, what was it, Free the Press. That was a good one.
Oh, for information?
For information, yep. That explains, they're explaining what the chairman is saying that is wrong and what is going on.
Yeah. So this one is battlefortheinternet.com. Now, this one right here is going to fill out the form that you want to send to Congress. Now, they already have a letter. I'm actually going to read that because I haven't read the letter yet. I urge you to stop the FCC's plan to end net neutrality before the FCC's December 14th vote. I do not want ISPs to have the power to block websites, slow them down, give some sites an advantage over other, split the internet into fast lanes for companies that pay and slow lanes for the rest, or force me to buy special tiers to access the sites and services I choose. But that's exactly what the FCC plan would do. Please read it. There's the plan.
SaveTheInternet.com is a good. It is explaining exactly what is wrong.
Let's pull it up on here. Let me.
I think it explains exactly what has happened in the past, what's happening now, in the shortest way possible.
So SaveTheInternet.com.
Net neutrality.
Okay, /net neutrality.
Yeah, that's the.
Sorry, I typed slow. Page not found.
Uh-oh, they're already starting.
Send me the link.
All right, I will send you the link.
I'll just hit take action here. Okay, here's the take action page for Save the Internet on net neutrality wake-up call. Its official FCC chairman, Mr. Verizon, plans to destroy net neutrality. We already know that. Tell him to leave net neutrality alone. Net neutrality violations, a brief history.
What you just sent me.
Verizon's plan to break the internet is Article 2 here. Let's look at Article 1 and see what we got.
Yeah, I was reading.
Oh wow, this is
yeah,
a
this
is
that
a
list.
brief history.
This is the list that I was looking at earlier. Yeah, Madison River, TELUS, Windstream, AT&T, Verizon.
Alan, I just sent you the
This must be
what I
the
was
time
looking
of
at, which
year
I think
for
is actually what you're looking at now.
simultaneous bullshit because they're back with the popcorn lung thing again.
Can you give me some Diet Pepsi?
And if you go
No.
to the what I just sent you, Alan, it actually gives you
Popcorn lung again.
it brings you to press releases as well, and then more resources in the news from around the web, not just from them.
Well, this site right here, www.freepress.net, this is off the Save the Internet page, Take Action. For the gofccyourself.com comment page, here is a list of examples you can include in your letter right here. It literally has all of them and listing instances where unfair and bullshit actions were taken against customers.
It's not fair.
It's not fair at all.
No, not at all.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to say it like a liberal.
I know you did. I mean, look at this shit. All of them.
Oh, that's popcorn lung.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
That was buttery.
If you got popcorn, pass it.
What's a jit pie afraid of? Ghosts and goblins will take over the streets tomorrow night to scare up some Halloween candy. But only one thing really frightens FCC chairman: the truth about net neutrality. Net neutrality rules are working. Since the rules were approved in 2015, online innovation has brought us amazing user-friendly advancements. Network investment has increased. This is basically proving what he has said to be wrong.
Right.
Correct. Everything he has said has been wrong.
Think about all our Wi-Fi functional.
I have a phone
products.
number actually here down here. It says
Correct.
call 413-923-6120 to take action.
So that's a Western Mass
Massachusetts.
number.
Yeah, it's a Western Mass number. Holy crap.
Also, there are
Pick
now
up the phone and tell your
95.
members of Congress to support net neutrality.
There are 95 of us in this room right now. 292 people reached. Keep sharing. Everyone who's joining us, if you want the back history on why we're doing this, go to the Studio One Podcast Facebook page, facebook.com/Studio One Podcast, and watch the first 25 minutes of session 40. There's a video that
41.
explains why we're doing this right now. This page, share it with everyone. Title, Put in the comments, go FCC yourself, save the internet, whatever you need to do to get people to watch this so they can learn how to take action.
Share.
We need to save the internet. And I don't.
Share.
It's
Hey, Caden.
what's going on? I love seeing. There's so many new people on here now.
Caden is an old
yeah.
friend of mine.
I know.
He's also Jewish.
My old
That's awesome though.
Gefilte fish is gross.
one of my former
Fuck you, Joe.
employees is
Gefilte
on.
fish is amazing.
Well, two of my former
Magical
employees
juice.
are on actually.
That's good too. But
Nice.
it's
Hey,
different.
Dan Rich.
Facebook has definitely branched us out to a wider audience, which I like. I mean, I was all excited about YouTube. YouTube being the
What up, Caden?
Did the TV just shut off?
Yeah, because your thing shut off over
Oh,
there.
I killed the feed over there. But YouTube used to be big, but they're slowly dying too for other reasons. But
And, and we asked everybody on Facebook when we were doing this live before, should we just go to YouTube? Is everyone going to watch? And like, we did not get anywhere near the views like we are on Facebook.
YouTube is evil.
yeah, the politics there are a whole nother thing.
FCC is controlling them.
Actually, that
no.
that is kind of part of it because of the advertisers now and the content, and they're giving you guidelines and rules and this and that. I mean, my daughter's channel, because she had a lightsaber battle with her cousin with cool CG, she can't be on a kid's channel no more. They make fucking kids' versions of Star Wars,
And you know,
cartoons and shit.
without net neutrality, I would not have just gotten this cool thing that KBT sent me.
Yeah, right? Tell me about it. They're all bitching about fucking fat people, but they make that kind of jam?
Yeah, bacon jam.
Bacon jam.
Bacon jam. God, that looks good.
They basically take bacon, they cut it up into strips, well chunks, fry up the bacon, drain out the pan, take the bacon out, throw the onions in, throw coffee, and I forget.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in
Yeah,
there.
and then anyway, you mix it all together, start cooking that down. Then you take it on, you throw it in the slow cooker, and you
For 4
dice
hours,
it.
yeah.
Then you put it in a food processor, and you dice it up like bacon relish.
Arnaldo, I thank you for that. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's funny. You should actually, if you go to YouTube and search out Studio One Podcast and watch our beginning shows, we were nothing like this in the beginning.
Nothing.
Oh my God, were we a bunch of racist, fucking joking
Yeah.
assholes?
Oh, it was. So,
Yeah, but hey, there was a disclaimer.
There was a disclaimer.
yeah, it was. It wasn't even just that we were racially insensitive.
Yes.
Yes, we were not racist. Yes, racially insensitive.
I call that time we were finding
but you-
who
but
we
you-
were as
you
a
were-
podcast.
not listening to me.
Yeah. But we had to have our fun too, and it was fun for a while, and it was a learning curve. But now
Yes,
we
Arnie for short, guys.
Arnie.
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 Yes.
Arnie. Get in the chopper. I want to watch Terminator now. But anyway, no, we started out horribly, but it was a great learning experience for all of us, and here we are now. We're here to serve you guys, and we're gonna make sure shit like them taking away our internet or vaping or other major topics isn't going to happen. We will always provide you with the way it is and how to stop it, what we can do. That's what we're going for now. And we're not going to stop our sing-alongs. We're still going to do our reviews. And actually, that's what we're going to transition to next before I start talking net neutrality again, because we have something new that came out that's very fucking exciting.
I'm excited about it.
I am totally excited about it. So let's hit this button.
More than
Because we
the
have-
most recent that just came out.
I forgot to mute there.
That is so.
What?
No,
What is he looking at?
that's terrible.
What is he looking at?
It is a dead cat on the side of the road, and there's a sign next to it that says "Free Cat."
Oh, normally every time he sees the one with the dead deer and the get well soon balloon, he shares it every time for years. But once again, everything we're talking about right now, people, if they
Will not be
eliminate
available.
net
Well,
neutrality,
soon dead deer.
if they eliminate net neutrality, it is possible that we will not have that kind of funny content anymore, because the ISPs can limit you. They can make you go watch cable TV. That's not fucking cool in my book, and we need to stop it.
Cable. What's cable?
That's that little screwy thing on the wall that no one ever screws anything into anymore. That's what that thing
Other
is.
than modems.
Yeah.
And even that, even my modem now is a direct Ethernet connection. It doesn't even have coax anymore. But anyway, let's give our thoughts on this guy right here.
I have not actually listened to this with sound yet, so I'm really excited.
There was an
about this.
idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Who the hell are you guys?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Epic keyboard soundtrack, man.
Now,
You know the one character that they should bring into this because he was in it in the originals is
What?
Beta Ray Bill. I don't know if you know who Beta
you
Ray
never
Bill is.
know. They could bring.
I'm really hoping
This
he was
is-
supposed to be. Like, he should have been in Ragnarok the way that they did it. He should have been there, but he's
That
not.
name, that
Instead
name
of,
sounds like
Thor.
an epic, like Louisiana fisherman.
Well, Beta Ray Bill is actually one of the only characters in the Marvel universe to be able to pick up Thor's hammer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like how they cheaped out on the soundtrack.
Well, I was going to
Actually,
ask you a
there's
question
been-
about the
there's been a few.
trailer. So KBT,
Well, he's one. There's only been 3 characters that can
I was
pick
gonna
up.
say,
4 because I've never heard of him.
I see Natalie's gotten her
Who's
hand
the-
on the
who's your
computer.
3?
Well, there's Captain America.
Nope.
Yep, Captain America.
he made a small cameo. Arnie
only
said.
because it was one time, and I actually.
Thank
read
you,
it-
Arnie.
I read
That
up-
makes me
hold
really
on.
happy.
But KBT, this compared to the Justice League trailer, from what you see, which one's the better trailer?
I wish they would have used real music.
Yeah, I'm
will-
talking visually.
Some of the
though.
effects are piss me off, but I guess I'm in the old school, but just better. I don't know.
No, this trailer. The one thing
think it
that
was-
drove me nuts about the DC trailers was how fake and Matrixy and
Yeah,
just
there was a
digital
f-
it looked.
There was a few scenes in that, but it wasn't nearly as bad.
Yeah, and Chris, if you watch the new Spider-Man, at the end of it is when they unveiled that suit, and Livefire and I were so excited, going, "Why is he walking away from the
Right.
suit?" And when I saw that in the trailer, I got chills. I'm like, "Yes, we got the Iron Spidey coming out in this movie." I didn't want to like the new Spider-Man kid either, but
He's
he
pretty
was good. Oh my god!
No, I mean, it definitely.
No, but I want this.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see this.
What? She's not. What? That's
What?
They're having their own
that's.
geeky moments.
If anybody could lift Thor's hammer, it should be the Hulk when he's really pissed.
Yeah, but it's not.
But what about if you like were to drop Magneto there? Could he lift it?
Here's Magneto. Here's Magneto holding it right here.
Yeah, you could just be
he
like,
uses his powers. He can't actually wield the power
with
of
his
Thor.
own strength.
Yeah, the difference
is-
between him and between any of the other characters that can and Magneto is that Magneto's just picking up with the metal.
Magneto, no, another Jewish superhero.
Now, I would love to see Deadpool make an appearance in this movie.
How here's Deadpool holding Mjolnir.
He will. Beta Ray Bill.
Really?
Beta Ray Bill's backstory is one of the coolest backstories.
See, the one thing that
So
we
So-
do have in our future, if net
Conan?
neutrality is eliminated and we don't have YouTube, at least we still got Marvel movies.
Conan. Conan.
So these guys are looking
Captain
up
America.
who has lifted Thor's hammer.
Wonder Woman.
Thunderstrike. He's
Do you
not
know,
a
technically
character.
speaking, Natalie can lift Thor's hammer. It's made of
Wonder
fucking
Woman.
plastic and
Superman.
tinfoil.
Awesome Andy.
Deadpool will show up just to break down the fourth wall again. That
He
would
will.
be epic. That
He
would
will.
be epic.
He will make his appearance in it.
Now, how many movies is the Infinity War going to be?
I believe it's going to be 3.
Nice.
I read somewhere that they may
That's
make it
short
into
Infinity.
4.
But all the Walking Dead fans out there are going to be like, "Oh, you didn't show it all in one movie, so you know."
Magneto, he doesn't actually.
well, the Infinity Wars
There's no way
with a title like that and only 4 movies, that's
Throg.
lame too.
The fuck?
I agree with Katie
Throg? Brian,
What?
have you ever seen this? Throg?
No, never
The
seen
frog of thunder.
Don't. I just felt Live Fire's blood pressure raise
Boar.
when you said that word.
Frog.
You don't even know, do you?
Odin's father.
Dude,
Jane Foster. That makes sense.
He's the Animal Kingdom Hitler.
It's all bullshit. None of these characters actually wield Thor's hammer.
He's the genocide creator of the frog.
There's a small sign at the entrance and exit to my yard going, "Beware of humans."
Yeah.
And there's a picture of Brian's face. But anyway, I wanted to show that trailer. I'm very, very excited about it. Live fire from the trailer alone. What do you think about what's coming?
I think there's going to be a shit ton of action.
So you going 2 thumbs?
I'm going 2 thumbs.
Eli, how many thumbs you giving this trailer?
Let's give it 2
I mean,
thumbs
I wish
straight
you
in
asked me the
ass.
same question that you asked Joe compared to Justice League, because
Well, no,
Justice League
well-
looks like shit.
Yeah, there we go.
No,
What
it does,
is your
it does.
opinion between the two?
I will
Why
not
am
be
I-
watching Justice League.
Now tell me why.
One, I'm a Marvel fan. I'm not DC.
But come on, but
I'm a
every
little biased
Marvel
against it.
fan likes Batman at least.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. Especially with the
Really?
hype that he's gotten within the past few years.
Well, Ben Affleck is no longer Batman. He doesn't.
That made me so happy when I
Yeah.
heard that. Ben Affleck as Batman is one of the worst decisions that DC could have ever made. Besides, what's his face, playing Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds is definitely a better Deadpool.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
definitely. yeah.
he's the ideal Deadpool.
He is. Now, what are the reasons why? Now, if you were to just...
I've only seen parts. I have not fully watched the trailer of, but it looks way too. See the difference between the trailer of Marvel versus the DC. The DC's trailer looks way too CGI.
Okay, there we go.
Way too CGI. It's all CGI. In Marvel's there's actual real action.
It looks more realistic. Although
Exactly.
there were a few scenes in this trailer that had me like, but it wasn't the whole trailer.
I don't know. Thanos. I was saying to Brian, Thanos looks kind of weird to me.
See, when you were in New York, we were having a very big debate over DC and Marvel. Now, Livefire and I are both 2 types of people that can appreciate a story, taking whatever graphics come with it, whether it be drawn or whatever.
I can appreciate that as well.
The newer generation, and this is what he was arguing too, we're more also like visual. It's how it looks, how it feels.
looks cooler. Okay.
And that's where they're losing some of their audience here, because the old school DC fans still love it regardless of what it looks like, but the newer generation is like, this is shit. And it looks like they're just trying to follow in Marvel's footsteps, and they're rushing it. And I do think they're rushing it.
I do as well. Marvel had started to bring the Avengers along a long time ago.
Yeah.
If you watch the first Incredible Hulk, they were starting to piece together that they were trying to do the Avengers, and they started doing. It took them almost 10 years to finally do it, but they had movies in between. They had movies in between.
Yeah, they were building the universe.
Exactly.
Well, I should say rebuilding the universe.
DC rebuilt the universe five to six times already.
Yeah.
Different people and the cool thing that I think that Marvel versus what DC is doing right now is with the TV shows as well. Marvel is keeping their TV shows in sync with the universe, what's going on now.
They're keeping the
timeline
timeline in sync.
Yes,
Yeah.
DC
Yeah.
is creating all these new, basically DC universes, and it's like, what are you supposed to be following if you're just getting into it and you don't know what's going on? What?
Yeah, I sent that one out to a shit ton of people.
She makes me die.
I'm reading the comment here.
Yes,
Marvel
Arnie.
has a way better way of piecing details
Yes.
together. Here's the other side of the equation. Because Marvel has been doing this longer and has legitimately became their own production studio, they didn't start that way.
Yeah.
They started with funding. Marvel has the budget now to do it, but they did it in pieces. DC is trying to catch up.
You cram it down your
All
throat.
at once.
And they're not their own studios. They are Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers still limits their budget, which is why there's heavy CG and not a lot of live action, and that is working against them. I
also
don't
have
want
to
to
go
see
back in
DC
time.
die. I want to see DC pick up and be what I used to read and see as cartoons, those intriguing stories that were always awesome, but they're not doing it now, and it's going to kill the franchise, and that would suck.
One of the things that DC I'm noticing is doing that is kind of it can kind of justify what they're doing. If you look back in the DC universe, all the characters there are different people who are these characters. There's different Green Lanterns, there are different Flashes, there are different
Oh, and now we're gonna have another Batman too.
exactly. There are different people who are these that are these their secret identities are different.
Yes.
And it's kind of DC can use that to justify, but they're not doing a good job of that. They're not keeping the universe together.
If someone came along, or even if DC
No, Chris.
collectively
No, Chris. No.
left Warner Brothers and became their own studio like Marvel did. Marvel's budget is whatever the fuck Marvel says it
Until
is.
Disney bought.
Because they're their own. Well, Disney's a part of it, but Marvel Studios, they make their decisions when it comes to money. They just had to adhere to Disney's distribution guidelines. Disney controls their distribution, Buena Vista. If DC were to step out and legitimately erase everything they've done and start over with the individual character movies,
They could
get
do a lot
actors that
better.
are going to stay long term like Marvel did, they could rebuild the DC universe and it would be fucking epic. It could be,
Could be.
but
Chris,
they're rushing it.
Chris, I would never want to see DC be bought out by Marvel.
I would.
Nope.
Why? See, now
Again,
knowing
it
what
has-
I know
that
about
goes-
Marvel, they would still keep the world separate.
Okay, that's
If they
that's
kept
what
it
I was
separate,
about
yeah.
to get into.
A crossover like way down the line when they're both established, but I can see Marvel Studios taking DC. I mean, DC, if you go comic-wise and story-wise, that's its own separate universe.
I'm going to go into something that I really don't want to, but when Stan Lee does pass, I can see that happening a lot quicker.
Stan Lee's tried buying DC once before.
He's partial owner of DC.
Yes, no, he's tried to outright take DC himself. And
is
he started
the
it when
creator
he
of most of the
started.
characters from DC, anyways.
Yes, he started. He tried to get the franchise when they started over with Marvel, growing into the Marvel we know now. That was the last attempt he made at getting a hold of all of DC. But to
never
give an
happened.
update, we have once again. Here we go. People are controlling my fucking monitor. Joe used to do this for fun when I would be at work and shit, but I can see Joe's screen. I know he's not doing it.
Hey, we used to do that at radio show.
Yeah. But to give an update, we have 125 of you in this room, which now crosses our highest live viewing audience to date. 353 people have shared this podcast. Now, to go back to our prior topic, we need to save our internet. For those of you just joining us now, I'm going to share my screen again. Computer share. There we go. And you go to gofcc.com. yourself.com, and it's going to bring you to the proceeding page. Now, what this is, the FCC wants to get rid of net neutrality, which means the cable companies and our wireless providers will be able to limit what we see. They can block sites like YouTube or anything that rivals with their own financial interests. They can make gamers pay 10 times more for internet than they do now because they take up a lot of bandwidth. It literally will kill the internet as we know it. They will have complete control of content, speed, and delivery. So what we want to do is go to gofccyourself.com, and you want to click this button here. It says Express. And you want to fill out the information here with your comment on why you...
Yes, Arnie, we do accept Express. Inside joke.
Okay. You want to express why you want net neutrality to stay there. Now, where did it go? I might have closed it. That's that one. That's that one. Hey, I closed it. If you go to savetheinternet.com, the site Eli turned me on to, and let's just walk through it because it gives you examples. Savetheinternet.com. If you go here and you click on Take Action, and you scroll down, there are net neutrality violations. Now, the head of the FCC right now is saying that our claims are bullshit because we're not backing them up with proof that net neutrality works. So in your comments,
Bullshit.
if you go to Save the Internet and click on Take Action, right here, number 1, net neutrality violations, just click on it. Copy one or copy all of them. They are examples of when, where, and how net neutrality would have... These are violations to net neutrality and what cable providers can and will do if it's taken away. Paste one or all of these in your comments.
Just random. Like, don't do it the same way. Because if they start seeing the same letter over and over again, they're going to throw those out.
I mean,
too.
you have the examples here. Change it in your own words. Do what you have to do. But we're going to take the extra step to make sure we are heard. There's over 2 million comments on this just in the last few days.
And they're throwing them out. They're throwing a lot out. That's the problem.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, second one, and Shauna found this one for us, our second patron. And if you want to support the Studio One podcast, go to patreon.com/JLIH. This one is battlefortheinternet.com. Now, this one, they wrote the letter and gave the examples for you. This letter goes to Congress. And someone from Congress will call you, too, if you put your phone number in there. But if they take away net neutrality, the only way to reinstate it is to get Congress to step in on our behalf. But in order to do that,
We want them to.
the people need to take action. So we need to fill this out as well. All of the links to this stuff can be found at facebook.com/Studio One Podcast. If you want to backtrack an episode and find out what net neutrality is from the ground up and why we're doing this, go to that same Facebook page, facebook.com/Studio One Podcast. Hit the like button if you like us, and then watch session 40. It's called Go FCC Yourself, and all the base information is there. Everyone in this
40 and
room that's
41.
joined us now, there's 125 of us, hit the share button on this video right now and just title the comment, Save Our Internet, and share this page.
Share it like crazy and tell them to share it.
So I'm going to refresh right now from what we just did when we started. There's 134 of us in here now. 353 people reached. We hit 400 before the conclusion of our last show. And we were almost at that mark again. And we got over 600 people in the last few days reached on that podcast. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but you never know. It makes a difference.
Those
Each
600
time,
people could really push it right over the edge.
Correct. In this, our vote does count. We need to stop this. We are the internet. We are the consumers.
We have changed this. I think I read 2 times already. Let's make this a third.
Yep. We need to do this. We need to save our internet. I mean, for us, we're right here. Everyone at this table, we're podcasters. Eli's got his Instagram stuff.
I'm a
KBT
gamer.
has his Vaughn channel and his vape stuff and his music stuff. We have the YouTube route. My daughter's got her own thing. If net neutrality's gone,
It's all
our
gone.
futures in doing this stuff for you guys is gone. because they're not going to give us traffic to podcasts. They're going to limit what we can and cannot say on their internet connection.
And never mind like FaceTiming or Skyping if they don't decide to pay for bandwidth. You're not going to be able to talk to your family.
Correct.
And it's going to be a pay-by-month service.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And as you guys were joking, Pornhub's going to be like $40 a month just for basic access.
Grandpappy Knox.
Oh, Pat Knox, welcome. Catching what I can, but not stuff. Oh, so you're at work. Okay. Mr. Knox, watch session 40 and this one in your free time. Follow the directions. Our internet is in trouble, and this directly affects you as a content creator. This is very fucking important. And make sure you share with everyone. Everyone. All of you in here, share this again.
Share the shit out of it.
Tell your friends to share it. Let's spread the word. Let's save this shit.
You just figure if every one of you shares with every one of your friends, not a person on this page probably has less than 100 people as friends on their page.
Exactly.
So just put it out there. If 10 people from everybody that's on this page right now does it, that's 1,300 people.
Unfortunately, Knox, if they end net neutrality, that essentially will silence the infamous Cortez, because they'll be able to limit and tell they can dictate to us what we can and cannot say, because then they will own the internet airwaves. It's the cable providers.
Then we'll have to just start a cable company.
They're also going to make it virtually impossible to do it without killing millionaires and taking their money. This is bad shit. And we will not be stopped. I know we can win this. The Studio One podcast alone, as of today so far, we've gotten an extra 1,200 people on board. That's not a small number. That's a pretty big number.
For 4 people and their followers.
Yeah, for 4 fucking full-time non-entertainment business little podcasters here doing this for fun.
We also look
regular people.
Yeah.
We look at this from the point of like, oh yeah, we're all going to be destroyed. Pretty
All of
much,
our fun. Yeah.
I game. KBT's got his vape stuff. We have the
I
show.
game.
We have production stuff that we want to ship over the internet. We have all this stuff that goes on. But now look at it from the other side of the bill. Places like hospitals that have high-speed internet using to transfer files from doctor to doctor to save lives. You're going to be charged out the wazoo for shipping files and everything to have the highest speed that they can possibly have to save a life, because 15 to 30 seconds makes a difference.
It does.
To go off of what you said, I said it last time. We were talking about how the pharmaceutical companies won't be able to get their research out. If they found cures for stuff, they won't be able to bring it out because they're gonna have to pay for that. They're just to push it out.
And
we're
to
not gonna
Pat's
know
comment,
And that's going to drive the cost up astronomically.
of everything.
and each person who buys a high-speed data lane slows the rest of us down. To Pat's comment, they want us to be like North Korea. Yes, they do. Here's another side of that. So North Korea recently launched missiles again, ones that could actually reach us. Do you know what? If we have Comcast internet or Verizon internet and that goes against what they want to broadcast, we might not even hear that story, because they can limit what we can and cannot see.
I didn't even hear about that until now.
Yeah,
Where
me neither.
you haven't been online much today, have you?
No.
Yeah, that's why.
I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins, which I've been wanting to talk about.
We're going to, because I'm buying it this week, so we're going to hold off on that till the next one. Yes, Studio One podcast. I'm taking it. That's Brian. Go sccyourself.com and battlefortheinternet.com. The Dictatorship was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, he put it's a dictatorship, but that movie was fucking hilarious. But essentially, yes, that's if they get rid of the net neutrality rules, the internet will be a dictatorship. Our lords and masters, the fucking cable companies, which are secretly owned by the government employees, will have full control over what we can and cannot see, what we can do.
It's not even the internet will be a dictatorship. Eventually, it will become this country becomes a dictatorship.
Yes.
Because without being able to communicate freely with each other, we're all separated and segregated. Or same thing, I guess. That was rather whatever.
It worked.
Look at this. 377 people now have reached this podcast. 134 of us active in this room. Keep hitting share. Tell your friends to share. Let's save the fucking internet.
The more
here.
you share, the more people know.
Yes.
Yes.
What is this brought to us by Livefire?
True love.
Who?
True love.
True love.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit. But like, I'm just looking at the feed here on the window, and I'm looking. I'm like, this is great. Us being able to do this, but right now our future in this is being threatened, and that upsets me. I've been working my whole life to get my voice out there and actually make a difference, and here we are doing it. But unfortunately, it's the internet in jeopardy, and I might not have this opportunity again. It sucks.
Yes.
Joe, what?
I don't know. I just
The
saw
back
it.
scratching bear.
Oh,
No.
Back scratching bear.
oh,
Did
and
you watch it though?
KBT
I
was
watched some of it.
looking at the glitter beard shit. If anyone on here has a glitter beard, just shut the fucking feet off and go away. You're a jackass.
Yeah, no. Just people taking like Elmer's glue and glitter and brushing it into their beards and shit, and their eyebrows and shit.
That's worse than a man bun.
Well, there are
Yeah.
drag queens that do that.
Yes. It's just yeah, and this is showing you how.
And it said KBT's sitting on the internet looking at stupid stuff, and in 2 weeks he might not be able to
I'm
do
getting
that.
my fill in now.
So,
So I should expect a lot more.
Oh, I don't know.
so I mean
Does-
that pretty much brings us to the end of this now.
Is bear getting hit in the junk?
Yes.
Where does it get hit by what?
Oh, the thing he's got in his mouth, and then it swings
Oh,
over and
okay.
whacks him in the nuts.
Yeah, okay.
And then you like watch him walk away. It's fucking funny.
Let me see.
Yes, we are a legion and we are many. I who said that yesterday?
What is solar
That was
platinum?
Arnie.
That was the
Sonar platinum. Just
yes. I opened it
okay.
because it's got our closing music in there. Once again, on a personal side for our own shit, I want to share a few things with you before we go. Let me pull them up on the screen. And there is some Patreon content coming to our patrons. I know you guys have been waiting for a few stuff. But anyway, if you like what you see, now there's 137 of us in the room right now. If you're on this page, go to our Facebook page and hit like so you get more updates and you get the links we send and all that
Subscribe.
fun. There's no
Please.
subscribe button on Facebook.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
just
if
follow.
you go onto Google Play.
No, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up because the last couple shows I have been ignoring the 6,000 people who listen to our audio podcast, this show in audio form, since we started just religiously. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. We made it a little bit easier. We went to Facebook, so everything we do is on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Studio One Podcast. Now, if you guys like what you see here and you want us to do more and you want to see more content with coming out from us, given we still have the internet in 2 weeks, go to patreon.com/
15 days, people. 15
15
days.
days.
15 days.
patreon.com/JLIH, and it brings you to this page. We have membership tiers. We have rewards. You can just donate $1 for the hell of it. Everything helps.
Clothing. Coverage you clothing coming soon.
Yes, that is coming soon. Everything helps. But for example, here, like our patrons here got the acapella hits from A Coach Has on Live Fire. Little backstory. We were broadcasting on this site called Vaughn TV, and we were doing a music segment. And for whatever reason, all the settings on the mixer and computer were reset. So Livefire and I were singing with no music being broadcasted a cappella style, and we didn't know it for hours.
2.5 hours about.
That's the greatest hits from that segment. Only our patrons are going to get that because, I mean, if you guys are going to contribute and help, we're going to throw you something extra that you normally can't get. But there's a bunch of stuff on here. I definitely recommend you check it out. Another thing, too, if you go to shop.spreadshirt.com/JLIH, Just Let It Happen, Studio One, Master Crispix Challenge, Natalie's Corner all have clothing lines. We got hoodies, aprons, shirts, you name it, we got it.
Coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs, mouse pads, buttons.
The Ginge dude is even on there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love the authentic gingerware.
Yes.
It is my favorite. And yes, that is really Ross on a camel in the
Should show
desert.
the original
with an
picture.
RPG.
I'd have to find it on his Facebook. I'll look that up for the next show. But check it out if you want to help support us in a different way. I mean, pick yourself up some cool clothing. I mean, we wear it Actually, I am wearing an egg. I'm like, I'm not wearing it today. Yes, I am. So we have that. And once again, Facebook.com/Studio One Podcast.
Yo,
This
what up,
is-
Prada?
This is where you're going to get all the updates from us.
Ben.
And throughout the week,
Hola, Prada.
we've been posting net neutrality stuff and just keeping the awareness going. All of our prior episodes, starting I think 4 or 5 episodes ago now, are on here. Check it out. Everything will be here if you like what you see.
Are we going back on Friday with any updates or?
We maybe.
Okay.
Because of Natalie's birthday and stuff, I don't know what's going on. We may come on briefly Friday. Check out our Facebook page to find out if we're going to be on there on Friday. But once again, we are the Studio One Podcast, and we are not going to let the internet die. So go fccyourself.com, help save the internet. Bam.
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 And I guess it's that time now.
Uh-oh.
I guess
Bam
it's
time.
I feel shoulders coming on.
I do too.
I feel shoulders.
ccyourself.com helps. Yeah, I forgot to
Dum-dum.
mute
I feel
that.
shoulders.
I feel. Yeah, I feel your shoulders too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel it in there.
Yep, I feel it.
Now I really feel it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
I do.
deaf.
Yep.
Woo, there it is. You have just listened to another episode of the Studio One Podcast. I am A. Corchez.
Last fire.
KBT.
And the Gover Jew.
If you want to see everything we do, go to JustLetItHappenProductions.com for a full listing of our shows. If you want to help support the Studio One Podcast, go to Patreon.com/JLIH. In closing,
Go FIFA!
Bald head.
ooh. Go FCCyourself.com. Go FCCyourself.com.
Go see yourself.
Save the internet.
It is now safe to end your live stream.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh.